How many of you have a messy craft room like I do? Well, for the next few days, I'm going to spend some time getting it cleaned up so I can actually work on some good projects. I crochet, I do a little beadwork, I do a little bit of everything. I just got a job at the local library, and I will be in charge of the craft program for the kids. So I'm looking forward to that, and feel free to drop comments. This is the first time I've done anything like this, gone live. Um, I've done a few shorts, and most of my videos will be of my hands and not of my face. Yeah, so I'm just going to clean and I'll just set up my iPad for any chats and we'll go from. Well, I'm a little amazed that there's some people in here. I'm just trying to figure out what to do and how to read the comments and stuff. So I have to figure out how on my laptop to get this set up so I can watch it at the same time. Um, Go get a job. I actually have a job. Thanks, though. Hey everyone, just I'm actually really shocked that there are actually people in here watching. So bear with me while I try to figure this out. Um, so I've got to turn this off to volume. Oh, I turned it right off. Wow. So leave me a comment what kind of crafts you do if you're here because of the crafting. I'd love to know. Um, as you can see, I'm not organized for this, so thanks for just checking in on me and giving me a quick view. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna clean up my desk right now and then I'm gonna crochet something. I just got a little job at the public library, and I will be in charge of the kids' crafts. So what I want to do is clear off my desk of my stuff and then work on the craft that I've got set up for the kids. And what we're going to be doing for the first one is we're going to be making an owl using cardboard, feathers. I'm going to crochet some eyes. So I've got these little circles that I'm going to use for eyes. I'm going to add some safety eyes for them as well so that they can glue those onto their project, a cool look to it. What I'm also deciding to do for the little kids crafts is if I should crochet up some circles. And now I have a whole bunch of circles made, but I thought that would be kind of cute to put in the middle of the cardboard and then make your eyes out of things like this. So anyone that has any suggestions, please feel free to leave me a message, and I'd love to hear what you've got to say. But first, I'm going to clear up a space, so I'm going to be getting up and down for a little bit, and you can look at my messy table for a few minutes till I get her cleared off. And seriously, I cannot believe that there's actually people that are watching this. So thank you for bearing with me and giving me a little bit more strength to talk and learn how to do this. So thank you. And as usual, when I clean, things usually just go into a box and disappear forever. I don't know how y'all clean up your craft stuff, but I've got a closet full of stuff. So we'll start with this. I did organize a little bit of my beads and things like that. So one day I'll show you all how to do some beading and what kind of stuff you need to do that. But today I'm just going to clean, get things organized, and I think I'll start with a little bit of not talking for a second so y'all can just sit there and maybe you can clean your desk off too if you need that done. This might be silly to do this, but just even talking into a camera when you're not used to doing that is helpful um, because it just gives you a little bit more courage for later on. So that's not going to go very far. I've also got all these that I've done as well, which is cut out I've done some fabric and I frayed the edges. And I thought that these might be kind of cool to use these in some way on the owls as well. So they kind of give the illusion of a feather. So maybe the kids can take two or three of these, cut out a feather shape, finish cutting it out. And I want them to do bits and pieces of it themselves so if they cut that into a feather shape, they could make it whatever size they want. It's very important for me that everyone's kind of doing different things and using their own imagination. So even if you did something like that with that cut into a feather shape, and you glue some of these onto it as well as pom-poms and feathers, and you know how kids love just to play with all the sequins and all the different things, but I just thought that gives them a different texture. Um, I've got some flowers out. I'm going to throw a flower into the bag with them so that they can maybe put that in the owl's hair or whatever they decide to do with it. So, also I made some of those old-fashioned yo-yos. I don't know if you all remember how to make these. So I think I'm wondering what you're doing. I'm cleaning my desk and I am getting ready to do a kid's craft. Um, so obviously I'm not very, I'm really new at this. So I'm just trying to clean off my desk. I'm telling you a few things that are on my desk and showing you some of the different things. Like these are yo-yos that we used to make when I was a kid. I'm 58, and it's just a circle that you stitch around the outside. So I thought that I'd show you how to do silly little things like this once my desk is cleared off. And right now, what I'm doing is just trying to get up the courage to actually do a live, to talk on YouTube, to maybe get a few subscribers to my channel, and just then we'll just sit down every afternoon, I'm hoping, and I'll craft once everything's kind of organized, and I'll have a set project set up at that time. So that's what I'm doing right now. Thank you so much for messaging and sharing a comment. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. I can't believe it. Thank you, John. I was saying, I don't know if you heard from the start, I'm starting a job at the library in town. I live in a small town in Northern Ontario, and I'm going to be in charge of the craft program. So I want to clear off my desk so I can get working on a craft for that idea. And I'm just, like I said, getting up the courage to do this kind of thing. It seems silly sitting in here talking to myself, but so I do things like this. I made a little tiny purse with my crochet. This is kind of the things like this top of a mushroom. So I just like inventing kind of I need a smaller thing, but something like this, just that it turns into like kind of the head of the mushroom, and then you would use even something like the pill bottle there, the top of the pill bottle, you've got a cute little mushroom. I don't even know if it's coming into the camera or not, but yeah, so I just like to invent silly things, and from one day to the next, I never know what I'm doing. And that's why I end up in messes like this. This was another thing last year that I got involved in was the silicone beads and silicone focals. So I'll be doing kind of little crafts with that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't even know what's showing in my camera. I should probably change the angle a little bit. Well, good. I'm glad that you're a kid because I want to do things that kids will enjoy. So things like this. Let's see. There we go. So just kind of easy crafting and beading, and in a little bit, I'll be showing an owl later tonight and what I'm doing for the library crafts. So if you're around later, then you can always stop in and I'll show you how to do an easy craft. Are you in school right now or are you done school? So I found these big paper clips. I'll plan to do a craft with those. Starting to see the bottom of my desk here. These are going to be the owl's eyes that I'm doing for the craft. So, um, and I've just got to figure out how I'm going to do the body, and I've got a whole bunch of different craft supplies. That sounds great. John, you have a wonderful day, okay? And I'm glad you're done school. I think in I think the kids here, this is their last week of school, so it went right up to July 1st. We celebrate Canada Day on July 1st, and I know the US is July 4th, so that's our holiday. So here is a little fish I made. And how I made that was with one of these circles, and then I crocheted on another shape on there, and I embroidered on the eye. So that's what I've been working on. That's great. You're very, very supportive of you, John. You have a wonderful day, okay? So anyone new that's jumped on, I'm just clearing off my desk to get started to do some little crafts. And I started a job at a local library. So I'm in charge of the craft program there. And I'm going to be figuring out some crafts that are going to be good for the kids to do over the summer when they come into the library. So I crochet. That's my main craft. There's a cute little mushroom. Make little things like little baskets. Then I use a lot of these. These are the, let's see if yep, there it's showing up. So these are the crock charms that you can buy. And these are the focal charms for beading, silicone. And I've got lots of silicone beads. So every day I'll just be doing a little craft once I get cleaned up. And going live right now was just to get my feet wet. And I had a very nice young gentleman in, or I believe a gentleman in. I had a nice little person in, and he gave me some nice comments. So I appreciate that. That helps. So, but boy, you can make a mess in a hurry, or I can anyway. So these are a few little other things that I've made. These are little bookmarks. That'll be cute. And I think I'm going to take these into my library job, and I'm going to use them for um, gifts for maybe some kids that take out books, maybe that don't read a lot. I've also got some that are the badge charm keepers as well. So that's something that I do. And I've got lots of beads and stuff like that to use over the summer. So, and this, I like to make little cute things. So here's something that I made. And it's just for on your backpack or your purse, and it's just a little hug when you need a hug. All these cups, I use well, that one doesn't have anything on it. That's funny. So these ones, I just took all those little stickers that you can buy, the UV stickers. This one's got all these sayings on it. It's a good time for true crime, dog, wine, and true crime. So I'm a big fan of true crime, like most people that crochet. Um, I know that's kind of a theme that goes with crafters. We put on a good, good show in the background, and we sit and we craft. This one's focused on good. You matter the most. Be kind. This one's best mom ever. best mom ever, and then it's all true crime, internet detective, that sort of stuff. So this one is actually my favorite one. I just love these little animals and their stickers. They're the UV DVT stickers that you can buy. I spent some money at Temu and got addicted to buying these, buying beads, all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm working on. So I'll be quiet now for a little while. Ask any questions that you have. If you crochet or do any crafts like that, please drop me a suggestion. And this will be a rewatch, obviously. So I know it's pretty sad and boring and dumb, but it's kind of getting someone's courage up to do this kind of stuff. I never was one in the drama club. I was never one to be the front, the first one to ask questions in school or that sort of thing. So it's a unique experience doing this for me. And yeah, so I'm just going to get some stuff organized and go from there. I've had a few people in and out, and I appreciate that. I see there's one person here right now, and I don't know if you were in earlier, but this is my favorite thing that I've made lately. I've made a lot of these circles, and this little fishy is one of my favorite things. So what I planned for my little fishy here is to decorate a tuna can and put him either on a little stick in the tuna can, and you could use that as a little planter or that sort of stuff, and put him on a stick, or and then put kind of these around the outside of the tuna can and their little bubbles or whatever you want to do. So I just like inventing new things. So that's what I'm up to. So if you're interested in crafting and things like that, and I think that probably through the summer I'll be doing lots of kids types of crafts. So if you feel like bookmarking this channel, I guess it's not called bookmarking, but if you feel like following me or subscribing, feel free to do that, and that would mean a lot to me. And you can check back in, and hopefully everything will be kind of, you can set it up and have your kids sit down and do a little craft with me in the afternoons on Wednesdays to Fridays is what I kind of have planned. Probably about 1 o'clock or maybe in the morning. So it'll be hit and miss. I'm not a real good organized person. So um, these are some of the beads that I use, the focal beads. You probably see those all over the place if you watch things like Whatnot and stuff like that. So I know they sell those there. So, and there we go, a pocket hug. And the little fishy actually looks pretty good on a pocket hug. I might use that for that. So I just kind of like to invent things and do different things. Let's get toasted. Let's see what else do I have at my desk. I've got these. I've got a box full of these, and these are for the inserts into your car where you hold your cup holders. So I thought these might be nice for the kids to at the library to use and put their own design on. They can, figure out what to do, but I'll try to come up with some kind of different idea for them than normal. So um, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on, just kind of figuring things out, even something like that on there. The UVDFT, that's what it is. UVDFT stickers that you can buy on Temu or places like that. This is just on a little acrylic. Oh, I don't know if you, yeah, a little acrylic shape, and they're just an easy little craft that takes minutes to do, but Then you can put it onto a keychain, make other things with it. I've got a little medicine bottle here. You could just take a needle and thread, kind of put that on that, make a keychain, do all kinds of stuff. So that's what I'm all about, using up the little things that are around. Right now I'm into my scrap yarn decade. So, well, hopefully it's not a decade. Hopefully I get some new yarn soon. My era, I guess they say, right? And like a good crafter, I'm just hiding the stuff in a box and putting it in the closet. Just kind of making sure that anything I might need, I don't hide too far away. So I've got the needle, I've got my scissors. This is my measurement thing. So anything like that, I'll make sure that I keep. This little perfume bottle was my grandmother's. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of years old because I'm a lot of years old. Also thought on the channel, I'll talk about different things, different YouTube people that I like to watch. Right now, my favorites to watch are, I watch a lot of the thrifting videos. The thrifting videos are my favorite right now. So this is garbage. So let's make sure that gets put in the garbage. Those are bookmarks. I've got, like I said, I've got some bookmarks made up, and I'm going to donate those to the library that I work at, and for prizes for the kids, that sort of thing. So we'll just not put those very far away. Keep those closer. This little guy's my favorite guy. I just love the little fish, and he's just made with a circle, and I've crocheted a tail on him. So I'll show you all how to do that for the crocheters in the group. Oops, sorry about the noise. This, I'm really proud of this one. This one, the Minnie Mouse. Just a circle, 16, I think I used a treble crochet um, in the round. Then I went around it, put some ears on it, and I made a little Minnie Mouse. So that was fun to do. And that's an easy, just learning how, if you're just learning how to crochet, there's cute little things that you can make. Um, simple things rather than getting into making a granny square blanket or getting into huge big projects. There's so many little things that you can do that can occupy your time. So just thinking my husband's going to love this because my desk is going to be clean in my craft room, but also I'm talking to other people and he doesn't have to see how many times do I show him the same thing over and over again, but it's a different color. He doesn't seem to realize that, or I'll hold something up and say, oh my gosh, can you see this can turn into a fish? And he'll look at me funny and just kind of, yeah, okay, whatever. So that's where we're at. Desk is getting a little cleaner. Wish I was an organized person. That's the one thing that I wish most of all that I was. So should probably keep something here, right? I don't know. Camera angle. Like I said, it was nice that that someone came in and said that he'd be back to watch a few other things. So that is kind of cool. But like I said, just cleaning up. I think I'll move my scissors, this, this, so I don't lose those. And the magic happens. Hide it under the desk. Not going to need this for a little while. Oh, that can go under the desk. Wonder if I need a light on. I don't know. Still trying to figure out all this stuff. So a cleaner place to work. The little picture in the back here. My daughter did this one. So it's jellyfish and someone that's swimming at the bottom of a sea of jellyfish. She also did, let me see if I can move this nice picture here. And I really like it. So that's my daughter, Gloria. And that's a little bit of her art. So now let's see if I can get this back in the middle of the table. Get rid of the stuff that's here. Yeah, there's my fat hands I see on my screen. A little behind. I'll just put those there for right now. That off to the side. These I'm going to fill with things. So go here. Crash. And I lose 4 people. Just kidding. Thanks if you're watching. I know it's boring, but I am preparing. So, and that's a big step for me. Show you this. I bought a scale for YouTube. Well, no, actually not for YouTube. I bought the scale for to sell on Whatnot or eBay because I'm totally obsessed with watching the thrifting videos. I'll give you the name of a couple that I watch and you can check them out. Frizzy's Finds. She's doing some Whatnot right now, selling clothing by Quince, and they've got some shows lined up on Whatnot. Um, they sell on eBay and places like that, but they've got a YouTube channel and a podcast on Monday mornings that I really enjoy watching. So, um, but yeah, that's my YouTube, eBay scale that I bought that I have never used yet. And I begged my husband to buy it for me. So, yeah, let's see. I didn't lose my crochet hook. Here's my crochet hook. I think I'm going to grab some yarn. So I was trying to figure out the best way to do the owls. I loaded them all up with feathers and I did not like them. So what I think I might do is just do a long chain, crochet a long chain. So I guess I'll just show everyone how to do a chain. There's one. Oh, you know what? No one's watching. I'm the one person that's watching. That's hilarious, but that's okay. So I'm just going to start crocheting a chain. Now, I wonder if I should make these into feathers and give each kid 10 feathers to use, or if I should chain it and then they can just make a spiral like a rag rug for the center of their owl. The owl shape is exactly pretty much exactly like this, except it is this would go where the ear is. So that's about my shape of my owl. Um, the eyes that I'm going to be using are like this. And those are too big. But yes, we're using these for the eyes. And then I want to make a body, so around. So what I was thinking of was if I should make loops, and oh, that could work. So this is how my brain works, and I'm the only one that's listening, so that's good. So what I think I may do is just, yeah, that might be it. 1, 2, 3, 8. Funny that I haven't turned this off yet. 1, 2, 3, 10. Go back down here, join in the first of that round of 10. Aha, I like this. 2, 3, 5, 6, 10. I did one at the library yesterday. I made the owl sample and I did not like it. It felt, I was actually embarrassed at how it looked, but I want to do something that's a little bit fancier than just gluing on feathers and stuff like that. So they can glue on. So yes, so I think that's going to work. Little rows of this for the flowers, for the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And these are going to be the owl wings or the owl body. I'll use some, oh, what do you call it? Construction paper or felt for a round body, round middle. And this can go around that. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to go back into the first one, and it's right there. So there we go. So if you haven't made a chain before, crochet, this is how you're going to do it. You just, okay, so you're taking your hook, you're going underneath it and pulling it through. Underneath, pulling it through. Underneath, pulling it through. Underneath, pulling it through. 5, 6, underneath, pulling through. 8, underneath, pulling it through. 9 and 10. And because I'm making these loops, I'm going into the first one that I did that in and just doing this exact same thing. So that's joining them. So then we're going to go 1, 2, underneath, 3, underneath, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull my yarn, and then you're going to go into there, okay, and just pull through. So you're going to go 1, 2. See how the hook underneath, pull through, underneath, pull through, underneath, pull through. That's 5, 6, underneath, 7, 8, underneath, 9, 10. Go back, and there you go. Join. So what I've got now is, see how it normally is, see how it's making that circle shape. So this is kind of going to be cute for around the owl, and it can be as big as you want to. So I can take it and border it around the outside of my owl. The center can be felt, and this could be 2 layers of feathers for each kid. So each kid that comes to the library, they'll get a little goodie bag with the pattern, with the parts, and some, and then they can even stick in feathers at this point if they wanted to stick in some feathers. They can glue onto the felt that's going to be here with sequins and all that kind of fun stuff. But I think this is going to be a nice added part to it. So I'll just use my scrap yarns and make that like that. So, four, 6, 10. All right, well, I'm going to call this the end of the show for the day. Thank you, anyone that joined at any part through this. If you're watching the replay, this was Declutter My Craft Desk and get some room to start making things. And this is going to be the frills on my owl that I'm making. Just recently started a job at the library, so this is going to be part of the craft kit that I'm putting together for the little kids in the town here to craft and do that. So yeah, thank you for joining me if you did, and if you're watching in the replay, I know this is terribly boring and terribly um, silly, but you know what? This is my first one that I've done by going live, and I did it. And right now I'm going to hit the button and say goodbye. And if I can figure out how to get out of this. So let's see. Um, hmm, I wonder how I turn it off. Maybe I X out. And I'm ending the stream.